We're at 12555 Collins Street in Valley Village, California, performing a video sewer inspection. We are trying to run through the kitchen sink clean out to see if we can get into the main sewer. We cannot locate a main sewer clean out for the front house. For the rear guest house, we can locate a clean out in the driveway area, which we will run through next. We've been trying to get through a couple fittings in this kitchen sink line, and we haven't been able to. I'm going to try and run through, take a look, see what we keep hitting. We may have to go through the roof vent. Okay, we got into the sewer now. Oh, we're hitting so many turns. This is very tough. And we're not able to make this turn. I'm going to try a few more times, see if I can get this camera to make the turn. If I can, it saves us a whole lot of time and a lot less expensive if we can get it through here. Does not want to make that turn. Does not want to go through here and make this turn. Unfortunately, there's so many turns in this line, and this doesn't have much of a sweep. It's more of a T, and we're just jamming into that pipe. As you can see where the water's going, we can't get into where the water's going to help us get through. Yeah, I will not go through this area. We're going to pull back out of here, and we're going to run through the mainline clean out in the driveway for the back guest house, and then we'll go up on the roof. Now we're coming back through the steel or cast iron kitchen sink drain line. Got a lot of debris, a lot of buildup, which is pretty common. Eventually this line will need to be replaced with plastic. We've cleared a lot of the grease out of it by running the camera through, which will help it a lot right now, which will keep it open. Should stay open for a considerable amount of time now. Had quite a bit of grease built up in the line. And that's the kitchen sink clean out on the wall. And now we're going to move over and we're going to run through the main line clean out for the back house. We'll check that, and then we're going to have to go up on the roof. Okay, this is the main line clean out in the driveway area, and there's the garage. We're going to run through here and take a look, see what this line looks like out to the city sewer, or at least the tie-in for the main house. Got just a little bit of water holding in the bottom of the line because the line does a whole lot of grade, a whole lot of fall. It's difficult sometimes to get a 1/4 inch per foot of grade all the way from a back house like this, unless you take it all the way down by that 4 to 6 inch transition connection. That won't be an issue. Pipe looks fine. Those joints look, a few turns in it right there. All ABS plastic. Looks to be in pretty good condition. Most of it's got fairly good grade to it. It's not holding water in here. Now we're making another drop. Making another drop. And we're making another drop. And we're going down into we're at about 56 feet where our liner is, and we're going to go mark this out real quick. The screen is going to get kind of wavy with our locator on, and we'll just pause our voice control. Okay, we've marked this area approximately 25 feet from the driveway, from the concrete, in toward the grass. 25 feet in and about 5 feet away from the curb. So that's where our liner is. This is our 6-inch liner. And now we're going to just run out and see if they line the entire 6-inch sewer. All the way to the city. And they stopped right at this point. They stopped partway to the street. We're at about 69 feet. Let me see how many feet we have to go to get into the city sewer and what the joints look like here. That joint doesn't appear to be too bad. That joint's got a crack up on the left-hand side, but no root intrusion and no large breaks. That may be okay at this point. Still maintainable. Now we're making a turn going down into the city. Okay, we're going to shut our water off for a moment. The rest of the joints that have not been lined. Okay, water subsided quite a bit. I'm going to start pulling back now and just take a good look at all the joints that have not been lined. One area has a sewer liner installed. That's a city sewer saddle tie-in connection. There's a slight crack in the saddle, but at this point in time it's still intact. There are no root intrusions, no severe breaks, so it is still maintainable at this point in time. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint looks to be in pretty good condition. That joint looks to be in pretty good condition. That joint appears to be in pretty fair condition. And we have our liner right here. Have a little bit of a rough spot on this liner where it's out around right on this right hand side a little bit. Shouldn't cause an issue as long as it doesn't start curling up. It's not adhering to the real well right there, and it starts to smooth out as you come back a little ways, but it's not curling up at all. I don't know when this liner was installed, but it still looks to be in fair condition. Looks like the liner was shot in from a 4 to 6 inch transition. And then we're coming up, we're pulling up the ABS pipe where it was tied in, down by the 4 inch to 6 inch connection. Now we're pulling back into the 4 inch line, 3 inch line. Very possible that's a 3 inch line all the way out to the 4 by 6 inch connection right at the property line. I'm going to try and get up on the roof, through the roof area, so that we can see what the sewer line looks like coming from the house. And all of this pipe looked to be pretty good. We got a little bit of debris on our camera lens, so it's a little bit difficult to tell, but we did see everything looked to be in pretty fair condition. And we're pulling out of our cleanout now. And that concludes our video, the back house. Now we're going to pause for a moment and try and get on the roof and take a look at the main sewer line from the house out to that 4 to 6 inch connection. So we're going to pause for a moment.